Met a guy on Bumble. On the second date, I just wasn't feeling like we were clicking. Went to the bathroom, and I thought I texted my mom that it wasn't going well.
Stop.
And that was it.
Stop.
But I texted him instead.
Stop. Any story predicated on I thought I text.
Just wait. You don't know where this is going. Went out of the bathroom and apologized. He said, no worries. Let me delete the text from his phone, and we continued with the date.
Whoa.
I was so impressed with his coolness and grace. We continued dating. And
I knew that was coming.
Oh my
I knew that.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast by Moral Revolution. Joining me in the studio today is, of course, as always, my lovely, beautiful wife, Ellis.
what's up, guys?
And our trusty...
Sam, that's me.
Our trusty Sam. That's all you needed to know.
Trusty Sam. Can we change your badge to say Trusty Sam?
Speaking of badge, I finally got a badge this week.
Praise
so.
God.
We
My
love
goodness.
that. We love a good badge acquisition, so they call it.
So you can finally get into our offices.
No, it's true. The lady at the front desk has to buzz me in every single time. And
She sees you coming in the parking lot, and she's like...
She does. What's funny is today I walked in, and somebody else let me in, and as I walked through the door, she was coming in from her lunch break, and she was like...
she gave you that look.
It was a look of judgment.
When
For-
you get
for the
that look,
listening
that's when you
audience.
know I'm going to get my own badge.
Yep. I told her my badge will be here this week because I got the picture taken, so she was excited about it. It's great.
I love that. Well, guys, today we have a really special episode because it's our very first episode in which we are blind reacting. Actually, Sam and I are blind reacting to your crazy, wild, clinically insane dating stories.
Yeah. Here's the deal. If you have ever wondered, like you're a single Christian, you're navigating the dating world, and you've thought, is it just me or is it actually this hard? It's not just you.
The answer is actually both because you have some wild stories, but you're not alone.
Yeah. We got hundreds of submissions. We just put it out on social media, TikTok, Instagram, the works. We were like, does anybody else have just some unhinged dating stories from the Christian dating world? And you guys came through.
Some were too unhinged.
They were.
Those did not make the episode.
No.
There wasn't even a door for him just to be on. It was so bad.
That's right. Yeah. The ones that had no hinges got X'd out for another day. We'll read those together as a team. Okay, let's dive in. Are y'all ready?
Let's do it.
I'm ready. Born ready.
Here we go. First time visiting my ex's church, and his pastor announces to everyone that we're engaged. We were not engaged. Everyone was congratulating us all day, and he said it was a prophecy.
Wait. In the moment?
No.
Yes. First time at the church.
I am appalled. Listen, if I'm that girl, if I'm sitting in church and someone's announcing that I'm engaged, I'm interrupting the pastor.
Oh, no.
I'm like, excuse me, pastor, we are dating.
A prophecy, he says. I don't know what kind of church they go to, but at our church, there's a rule against this.
No, for sure.
We don't prophesy. What is it?
Dates, mates, and babies.
Dates,
Yeah.
mates, and babies. We do not prophesy dates,
I would
mates, and
advise you to do the same.
Yeah.
That just feels traumatic. I think I felt triggered because that's almost happened to me. Not the exact same thing, but that's pretty crazy.
That is insane. That is certifiably insane. Okay, here we go. You ready? Number 2. I went on a date with this one girl. I didn't really like her. So I sat down with her at church, and I told her that Jesus has his inner circle of disciples, and I also had an inner circle, and I didn't want her to be in it. It was pretty mean, but I was 17.
Oh my gosh. Talk about boundaries. That boy said, nah.
That's like, there's using the God card, and then there's that.
There's a
Good
part of me
grief.
that really hopes that young man reaps what he sows. Like letting a girl, like, first off, it's hard in the real world. Like,
Right.
let's be honest. In the real world, it's hard enough to let someone down.
Sure.
But to let someone down by making a comparison.
So ruthlessly.
That I hope, young man, I hope someone shot you down later on in life and you were like, you know what? This is all because of that one day at church.
Oh, no.
You know, first off, the God card is one thing.
That's what I said. The God card is one thing, but comparing this to Jesus's inner circle, and by the way, I don't want you in it, is crazy work.
Like, what did he alley-oop himself for that?
By the way, I'm Jesus in this analogy.
He's like, watch this setup. That is
Absolutely
terrible.
I think the only redeeming quality of this is that he submitted it himself. This wasn't every other submission. I feel like it was someone who was saying, catch how crazy this guy was.
This guy said, don't date me.
This guy said, I was the issue.
So it sounds like he's like learned. Maybe somebody did set him straight.
I'm trying to imagine that maybe there was a world where he's like, let me just fight for him for a second, see if this has any legs to it.
Okay.
If he's like, wow, even Jesus had to like turn away some people. Like maybe he's overly spiritual and he's like, wow, it's crazy that even Jesus had to tell some people that they're not in his inner circle and had to let them down. Maybe if I tell her, look, even Jesus had to let people down, and then tell her that this is me letting her down easy. Nah.
So would you prescribe this method of
No,
breakup?
Absolutely not.
No, not even with the most pure heart.
No, but also this is a dating scenario, so I'm curious, like, who initiated the conversation? Where were they in the like context of their relationship, or like?
Also, where are we meeting up at church?
Right.
I know. So I sat her down at church. That's a crazy work. Okay.
My guy went the extra mile to make Jesus involved in this decision.
He really did. Okay, here we go. I met a guy on Bumble, and after just one date, he told me he knew God had brought me into his life. I'd never really dated before, so I was trying to step out of my comfort zone. He had just moved to Arizona, felt like perfect timing. This person must be in Arizona. We ended up going on 2 dates within a week. On the first, he even came to my church. On the second, over dinner, he asked about my dating history. I was honest and told him I'm a virgin and I'm waiting until marriage. From that moment on, he became strangely fixated. He said, quote, "This is just more proof that God told me to leave California to be with you." Then it got weirder.
Wait. I have a question real quick.
Okay.
This person said they went on 2 dates in 1 week. And the first date was at their church?
And the second date, he asked about the dating history.
Baby, that's not a date. Someone needs to hear this. That's not a date.
No.
You don't date at the church.
What if you go to brunch after church? Is that a date?
I mean, maybe. But based off the rest of the story, my context clues are not leading me to believe that there was brunch afterwards.
Okay. So then it got weirder. I found out he had literally been living with someone in California just 2 weeks earlier. He told her God wanted him in Arizona, packed his things, and left her the same day. After that, his behavior toward me spiraled. He wrote letters to my pastor. He showed up at church during the week to talk about me. He even sat in the parking lot at my job, leaving notes on my windshield about how he'd watch me with the customers at work and how that proved I'm going to be a great mom to, quote, our children.
I'm terrified.
I tried to end things gently, but he wouldn't accept it.
I've got a strategy.
But he wouldn't accept it. It took several weeks of this before my pastor finally intervened. He told him it can't be God's plan if she's not a willing participant, and had to make it crystal clear,
Okay.
more than once, that we were not dating and not in love.
Oh my.
Wow.
First of all, props to the pastor, because that is clarity, brother. You're not dating, so
Dude,
back off. But
I
that's,
wish that scenario would come into my life.
Here's the deal. For all the God told me's out there, that pastor's line was so good. It can't
Yes.
be God's plan if she's not a willing participant.
yes.
I am shook, but the thing is, oh man, I don't even know where to start. He's living with a girl.
Yes. 2 weeks prior.
I'm just gonna say this: you're not roommates. You know what I mean? If you're living with a girl and you're together, you're making some comparable decisions,
Compromising decisions.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Good point, babe.
Yeah.
Good job, babe.
Yeah.
Great vocabulary, babe.
Gotcha.
And to all of a sudden be getting these messages from God that something's going down in Arizona.
Knock, knock.
This
from
sounds
God.
like a Joseph Smith kind of shindig. You know what I'm saying? Like, brother said, God said, what?
My guy said, drink this.
It's a Kool-Aid.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness. But the thing is, like, what would you do? Because the question, she was like, hey, I'm being open.
Sure.
I'm all of this
I've never
stuff.
really dated,
Yeah.
so I don't really have a concept
What would you
for
do
what's
if
normal.
someone came through with that?
What, being strangely fixated on me when they found out I was a virgin? Kind of weird.
Kind of weird.
Kind of weird.
Also, I'm just like, does he pay rent? Does he have a job? How did he move? Was he living in his car? How did they meet? Like, there's so many things I want to know about this because brother said, I'm going to move. And the homegirl, like, back in California was like, sure, see ya. Like, what?
I feel like there is a teachable moment in here. And
Yeah, don't
only
date
one?
stalkers.
don't date stalkers. Yeah.
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 I would say that's the teachable moment.
Among the many teachable
Yeah.
moments.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Met a guy on Bumble. On the second date, I just wasn't feeling like we were clicking. Went to the bathroom and I thought I texted my mom that it wasn't going well.
Stop.
And that was it.
Stop.
But I texted him instead.
Stop. Any story predicated on I thought I text.
Just wait, you don't know where this is going.
Also, I have a confession to follow up this story with.
Went out of the bathroom and apologized. He said, "No worries. Let me delete the text from his phone," and we continued with the date.
Whoa.
I was so impressed with his coolness and grace. We continued dating, and we've now been married for 2 years.
I knew that was coming. I knew that. I knew that. Okay, wait. This is so good. I have to tell you this. I implemented a rule, and not a rule. A card that the girl that I'm dating, that she at any point, anytime we have a conversation, she can take back something she said, and I will not hold it against her, or she can rephrase it.
I think that's
Bring
a good
that
rule.
into marriage, by the way.
That's the goal. But it has like changed because it gives a security of like, so props to that guy because she got a keeper.
That guy was playing the long game.
No, he knew what he wanted. Like that to
Yeah.
me is like, brother was like, I'm here
still
for
not
it.
over it. I'm still not over
But
it.
it reminds me of like times when you're dating someone and you go to break it off. You're like, they're a great person, but they're not for me.
You guys are, I'm sorry.
They're a great person, but they're not for me. And then you go and have the conversation and they handle it with so much grace.
And you're like, wait.
This is the lesson here is that honest communication builds real connection.
That's true.
For sure. Also, here's the thing. Knowing a lot of mothers out there, this is for you moms. The fact that the first text
Do
didn't
moms
go
listen to our podcast?
I don't know, but but we all have moms. The
That's true.
fact that,
That listen to the
that
podcast.
the mom did not get the first text and already like formulate like, oh, it's not going good with this guy, might have saved the relationship because we know there are some overreaching and so like I'm just saying that first text not going through.
My curiosity is, what did she say?
Yeah. Because it couldn't have been mean. You know what I mean? Like if it's mean, it's not going somewhere. But if it's just like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Then apparently it can be bounced back from.
Mom,
But
this guy's a nerd. What all could have been said?
Sure.
I'm just so impressed though that he was like, no, it's okay. Let me delete it or let her delete. Here's my phone, which says, hey, I have nothing to hide on my phone. So that's great too. So, I mean, props to this guy. I'd shake his hand if he was here.
My goodness.
There were some green flags.
No, for sure.
Definitely. This statistic honestly blows my mind a little. 89.5% of the people who watch or listen to this podcast regularly aren't yet subscribers to the show. So before we dive in, could I ask you one thing? If this podcast has ever helped you, if you care about honest, unfiltered conversations around God's design for sex, dating, and relationships, would you hit subscribe? It's free and it helps us more than you know. And our promise to you is this: we'll do everything in our power to make this show the best it can be. We'll take your feedback, we'll keep answering your toughest questions, and there's no conversation around God's design for sex and relationships that we'll shy away from. Thank you. Okay, here we go. We didn't make it to the date. I asked him what his favorite Bible story was, and he said Judas. I said, oh, the crucifixion? He said, no, Judas. I love backstabbing.
Is that like a
I am rattled.
What?
Like, some people have such a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
I think that's bait.
Yeah.
I think I know someone like this. But like, I think that is bait to see, do we have the same level of humor? And the answer was no.
Yeah, that's a level of humor I don't want to have.
If I'm looking to date, potentially lead to marriage with someone, and they lead with, I like backstabbing,
right.
all trust is gone.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like when someone tells you who they are, believe them.
Oh,
That's crazy.
babe, that's a whole word.
I bet they didn't work out.
That is...
Wild.
Boys, men, pick a better story.
Yeah. I don't know, like anything.
Any-
Noah's Ark.
The,
You know?
the Nephilim.
Yeah, please.
Anything.
The Nephilim.
I think whenever
the sons of God, and the women of men.
the sons of angels, yeah.
Crazy.
The daughters of men,
Crazy.
that's what it was, sorry.
Not us now having to do an entire podcast
Oh,
breaking down the
Nephilim.
Nephilim.
Coming up, Genesis 6.
Hi, I'm dating an angel.
Okay. I went on a first date with a guy who basically interviewed me about theology for the entire date. Didn't want to pay for dinner, but did. And had me pay for the movie, which was twice as expensive. Barely watched the movie and tried to hold my hand. The movie was Cocaine Bear.
I'm not a big movie guy. Can someone give me the backstory to Cocaine Bear?
I think you can assume it from the cocaine and bear. Like, I think a bear probably does cocaine or something.
I
if I
Googled
had to
it,
guess.
rated R.
I'm
Okay.
thinking there are some other cultural references to bear.
That's fair. I just want to know, if he wasn't watching the movie, what was he doing? Because it sounds like they weren't kissing. So I'm curious, was he like on his phone? Was he trying to, right? Because it says that,
Yeah, barely watched the movie.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I think we should pause and just read a synopsis of what this film is
Okay,
about,
Cocaine
so
Bear, go.
everyone is like on the same page.
You know what? Fair. Okay, give me a
I
second.
feel like in the back of my mind, I remember seeing on YouTube like
Cocaine
a
bear.
15-second clip of like an ad for this. And I think it's a bear that gets into cocaine.
The thing is, this might not make it. This might.
A 227 kilogram black bear consumes a significant amount of cocaine
Told you.
and embarks on a drug-fueled rampage through a Georgia forest. You're
Okay.
from Georgia.
Sorry.
Endangering the lives of cops, criminals, tourists, and teenagers.
Is this a true story?
There's
The next
no
question
way.
on Google is the cocaine bear based on a true story?
Is it yes? Please say no.
Yes. Yes. You know what? I'm gonna redeem part of this date as a lover of
History.
docuseries, history, real life events. But then I'm gonna cast a stone. I'm gonna cast a stone. How are you not invested in this? How are you not eyes locked on that?
The only reason that it would be okay that they weren't watching the movie is because he's like, wow, you're so beautiful. I can't take my eyes.
Yeah.
But even then,
a cocaine bear.
bro, you have to look at the screen occasionally. That's crazy.
I am horrified and riveted. I just don't even know where to go from here.
Okay.
I literally thought there's no way this is about literally a cocaine and bear. And you were like, no, bro, I think I saw an ad for
Cocaine
it, which
bear.
raises a new set of questions.
yeah,
pretty
why was that
literal.
in my feed?
They're
I don't
like
know.
the target demographic.
Wow.
They're like, Sam's from Georgia.
But here's the thing. Somebody had to pick the movie, and she paid for it. So did she pick the movie?
How do you
This
have
does not sound like a movie. If
how do you have that conversation to be like, hey, I don't want to pay for dinner. I will pay for it, but you got the movie.
Yeah, that didn't want to pay for dinner but did.
Like, let's
is
just go Dutch.
wild.
Yeah.
Let's just go. If that's where we're at, like, not let me pay for this, you pay for that. Let's just go Dutch.
No, for sure.
Which is weird. By the way, weird.
What is Dutch?
You pay for yourself.
Oh,
Also, who wrote this? The girl or the guy?
the girl.
The
wrote
girl
this.
did.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
How did
Crazy.
she know he didn't want to pay for dinner? Did he say
I don't
that?
know. It just says didn't want to pay for dinner
Intuition. Well, maybe it's one of those things where the person comes to the table and it's like one or two checks, and he's like hesitating.
Oh, I guess I'll take
He's
one.
like-
Put it on one.
Well,
He's like,
here's the crazy part is she said that the movie, which can be expensive,
sure.
was twice as expensive as the meal.
They went to Taco Bell.
they did go to Taco
Bell.
Bell.
I mean, and even Taco Bell's getting pricey.
That's true.
Babe.
That's true.
It's true.
Where else can you go?
We did. We went to Taco Bell the other night. It's turned into a tell-all.
We stooped really low. Okay, we got to keep it moving. Okay.
That's crazy.
When we broke up, he told me he was going to bring it before the church, Matthew 18 style, because breaking up with him was me living in sin.
Oh no.
Matthew 18 style.
I'm thinking of a 5-syllable word. Manipulation. That's crazy.
What do you? But also, can you imagine being a pastor and someone comes to you and they're like, "Hey, I got order of business for our next church meeting," and they're like, "What?" They're like, "Me and Rachel broke up."
Before the church?
I bet.
Right.
Sorry about you. Really, what did you do?
Yeah, is that before or after the missions announcement?
What did you do to screw this up?
And who wants to be in a relationship who the church, after being convened and voting her back into it, wants to be there? Like, who wants to be in that relationship?
The thing is, what I would tell some of these people, as a former young adult pastor, I would be having some really hot conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good.
Okay. Here we go. Keeping it moving. Went on a date with a guy to Cracker Barrel. LOL.
Okay.
Hey.
But pre or post
Logo.
rebranding?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is pre-rebranding.
Okay. All right. We're safe. Good so far.
Respectable.
Who talked for 2 hours straight about his firm calling to go to Africa. Did not come up for air. Did not ask any questions. I did not talk. Afterwards, he said, "Well, I don't think our callings align, so we could give it one more date if you want to, but I think this was probably enough."
Brother should go to Africa.
Dude, yeah, brother has a future. He has a future in Africa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Good luck to you, my
Listen, some people need to hear it. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Talk. Have conversation. Use social awareness. If you are jabbering the whole time, that is grossly unattractive.
I will say too, it's so impressive, and it shows that she was down, that she listened for a full 2 hours. I'm like, because it takes some like self-control to sit there and listen. So in her, I think it exposes like,
I don't
Maybe
know.
he was like for real gonna pay, and she like wasn't doubting that, and she's like, this is the admission.
I don't know. I feel like the key line here was "did not come up for air." Like when someone is just talking talking the whole way. And
I like it when someone uses imagery to describe this.
Yeah, did not come up for air. Yeah,
Almost
that's tough.
suffocated on his own words.
Yeah. Here's the deal. I think to piggyback off what you said, Daniel, is think about how much you enjoy, like when you have a conversation with someone that you really enjoy, a lot of times it's because they asked pretty insightful questions about your life. Like people typically like getting to talk about themselves. So I think a great first date is when there's a pretty good balance of sharing and then insightful question asking about the other person.
Absolutely. This guy did not get the memo.
No, he did not.
I bet at her next date, she's not going to open with, "What's your calling?"
Wow. Good luck in Africa, my guy. Good luck in Africa.
I hope this person follows up and lets us know, did he in fact go to Africa?
Need to know.
Yes, have to know.
Need to
How
know.
can we support?
Okay, here
Also,
we go.
how did he create margin to hear God's calling?
Oh,
Sorry, that's my last.
my God.
That's
That's a hot take.
just a zinger.
Oh my
Do you know that
goodness.
prayer is both ways?
Okay, here we go. Met on Plenty of Fish.
Is that a website? That's
Oh.
real?
I think it's
Not
a dating
sponsored.
website.
Okay.
Maybe an app at this point. Everything's an app.
Signing up.
I had a dream the night before that an angel told me not to go on the date, but I ignored it as nerves. ... We both got food poisoning so bad she ended up in the hospital and I almost did. We're just friends now.
Did they eat fish?
So they went on the date. That's funny. So they did go on the date.
They did go on
like,
the date.
Okay.
He dismissed the dream as just nerves.
That's crazy.
Here's the deal. I cannot wrap my mind around the idea of an angel told me. And let me tell you why. I think there's a lot of imagery that can come across in a dream to which you could be like, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe I don't feel great about this. But an angel
Right.
Until what? Until not getting food poison? Bro, I wish an angel would have told me that about 2 Christmases ago at a staff party.
What's really funny though is I was getting my hair done one time. That sounds so,
Cut?
I was getting it permed. Okay, I was getting a hair perm. Anyways, here's the deal. The guy behind me tells me, or not, he doesn't tell me. He's talking to the hairdresser lady. Anyways, he says I was climbing on this ladder and I heard a voice that said, "Don't climb on the ladder." And he said I climbed on the ladder and broke my foot.
Okay, listen. So, hearing a voice and an angel told me are 2 different things.
No, for sure. I'm just saying.
Because I'm trying to imagine what that looked like.
I just want to know. If you guys were about to go on a first date with someone and you had a dream that an angel told you not to go, are you going?
Okay, all right, hear me out.
Tough.
Hear me
That's
out.
a hard
Hear me
one.
out. Hear
First
me out.
off,
Part of me wants to go just to know what would happen. The other part of me is like, I should be obedient and not go.
Like,
it's kind of like
I want.
It's like I want to go with a seatbelt on. You know what I mean? It's like this is going nowhere.
And drive the speed limit.
Like I'm gonna be safe, but I just I want to go for fun.
Yeah, if I'm being honest,
it was interesting. Let me chime in here. I went on I don't know if this would be a coffee date. I was talking to a girl 15 years ago. I was in college, and we went on a coffee date or something like that. And we were kind of like, are we going to start talking? And I had a dream one night that I forgot the contents of the dream. There were no angels to my knowledge, to my recollection. Yeah. But I had a dream and she was in it. And I was just like, I feel like that was just not, it didn't feel like this is going anywhere. It kind of felt like I was a little, about her in the dream. Literally, neither one of us addressed it. Neither one of us reached out to each other ever again. And whenever we saw each other in the future, it was like nothing ever happened.
That is so funny.
I always wondered if she had a dream too.
Okay, so here's my question. You had about 18 different dreams about me before we got married.
Babe.
And that didn't cause you to want to marry me.
But no angels. There were no angels.
That is a pretty deciding factor.
There were a lot of dreams though.
Yeah, it's true.
Also, by the way, side note, we're reading through our Bible in the Year plan, and we just got to the New Testament. The number of dreams that occurred in a single chapter ushering in Jesus is insane.
There's so in one paragraph it's 3
it's
dreams.
and then Joseph had a dream about this, and then this dream this happened, and blah blah, and they were warned in a dream not to go here, so they went down to there, and then they had a dream and went to Bethlehem because it was crazy.
We can't be ignoring our dreams. We need to write those down.
Well, Lou Engle says they're the language of the Spirit now.
Well,
that's what Acts says.
Thank you, Lou.
That's what Joel says too. Joel too. There's
your recall, Sam, is absolutely incredible.
Let's
Your
go
young
on.
man will dream dreams.
Okay, here we go.
Don't go on dates.
Final one. You guys ready for
We're
this?
ready.
I'm buckled in.
Strap in. Liked a guy in my small group a lot, and he made no moves and showed no interest, and we never really spoke. And I saw him on a dating app, and it said we were the, quote, most compatible, but that seemed demonstrably false. Until one day, we happened to be at a church game night, and we were playing bags next to each other. Then suddenly, the guy I'm facing opposite of me is trying to also have a conversation with me, out of nowhere, because I never get male attention. So then we all group up afterwards, and the opposite facing man is very extroverted and talking, and dare I say actively flirting with me. And reserved guy that I had a crush on turns to him, has an angry outburst where he goes, quote, "I've known her for a year and a half." And then everyone goes quiet and the group just breaks up. Then it was like nothing happened, and I had to keep seeing small group crush guy every week until he got married to another girl that the leaders in my group set him up with.
Confusion. Mass confusion.
Yeah. How do you interpret I've known her for a year? What does that even mean?
But you haven't done anything about it.
Brother.
Also, and then he
it's not like you have dibs.
Right.
That's such
Also,
a wild outburst.
not a fan of the outburst either.
No, yeah.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, rage flag, you mean.
I never use my words until I'm raging.
Right. That's a bit terrifying.
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Right.
I judge it, you dodged a bullet.
Talk about internal world. That's nuts.
Go back and listen to our episode on our taste for toxic.
Yeah, that's crazy. Those were 10 of the hundreds of submissions that we got.
That is wild. The thing is, the reality is there some better dating stories out there?
I'm sure.
These were good, but there are some better dating stories out there. We didn't even talk about this, but I'm going to tell you, if you have a wild dating story, we want to know about it, because intuition tells me that we will be doing this again.
Yeah.
Babe, what's the best way we can get their submission?
I will put a link in the show notes where they can make it submission.
Link in the show notes. Send us your most unhinged, otherworldly dating stories.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll talk about it.
The other thing to note is that we do have an entire program for Christians who are navigating the dating world. It's called Date Well.
That's
and
true.
we actually have a program for men and women. So there's Date Well Women and there's Date Well Men. And it's a course with just a ton of different modules to go through, a workbook that you can work your way through. And it's just, how do I work through dating in the modern Christian world? And so if you are like, help, I need help with dating.
Let me communicate how I'm feeling.
Let me tell you, all those stories that you just read don't hold a candle to my dating life. You know what? Date Well might be for you.
How do I know if Date Well's for me? Well, you made it this far in the episode.
That's right. So we will also put a link to that in the show notes.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
You know that feeling when someone sends you the exact thing you needed to hear? If this episode speaks to you, if it brings clarity, healing, or it just makes you feel seen, chances are someone you love needs it too. So here's our ask to you. Share it, text it to a friend, post it. You never know how one conversation, one click, could change everything for someone else. We know we're not just building an audience here, we're building a movement. So thanks for being a part of it.